I'm Collin Rieck with your OU Campus Weather Authority. This just in, we have a tornado watch for our western counties. This is a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch that's issued by the National Weather Service when conditions are in place where we could see potentially long track and violent tornadoes. We also have some tornado warnings in effect.
The National Weather Service in Norman has issued a tornado warning for eastern Murray County in southern Oklahoma.
Whoa! Is that a tornado on the ground?
And if you do have to seek shelter, an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows is the safest place. If you don't have underground shelter, of course,
take cover now. Move to a storm shelter, safe room, or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Locations impacted include Sulphur,
something you see out of a war movie. Kind of tough to see. Beautiful neighborhood, and then you go outside and it was gone.
It's not like the movies, but Twister, the original, is still my favorite. I was 4 the first time I saw it, and all I knew is that I wanted to be in that truck. Years later, I came to the heart of Tornado Alley to study meteorology. I lasted a year. Turns out I'd rather chase stories than solutions to quasi-geostrophic potential vorticity. But tornadoes never let me go, which is how I ended up back here.
I'm not back.
In Sooner Nation, at the Flying Cow Cafe. And on the front lines with the nation's best forecasters at the Storm Prediction Center, where the experts watch the skies long before the rest of us even look up.
the National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 262, effective until 7
p.m. from Aurora down to Morris and areas westward. Tornadoes are possible. In Chicago, they're not impossible.
While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings.
The lines I draw, the words I type, the categories I use to assign the risk are more than just public safety. They have economic implications, they have societal implications. We need to be on our A game every day, every hour, every minute.
Moisture in the very low levels, and we really have the ability to look through all these different fields very quickly.
Once we begin to get enough evidence that these storms are about to develop, then it's important to get the watch out with enough lead time so that people can modify their plans.
When the watch comes out, that's your warning that, like, hey, within the next couple of hours, severe weather could develop in the area. And so it might be time to start thinking about, all right, time to wrap things up and head home or head to an area that has shelter.
Forecasting severe thunderstorms and tornadoes is uniquely challenging.
We're having all these storms occur across parts of the Midwest.
The biggest challenges for us are when severe weather events occur in areas that aren't used to seeing them.
But this year we've had extended periods with that moisture getting farther north. It's more moving across the Central Plains up into parts of the Midwest.
So could a warming climate be pulling Tornado Alley north and east? Some of the early data suggests it's possible. As the plains heat up and dry out, high pressure sets up shop, pushing moist air, the fuel for storms, further east. The jet stream acts as a spark, dipping south and curving around the high pressure. As the Gulf of Mexico warms, it pushes moist air north, practically unimpeded by the flat terrain from the Gulf to the Great Lakes. And when the fuel meets the spark, storms ignite, some of which can produce tornadoes. That's the finding by Dr. Victor Gensini, a professor at Northern Illinois University, though some scientists caution it's too soon to call this a permanent shift.
It has been very active in parts of the country that typically are farther north than what you'd see.
Are we having a trend towards earlier in the season or farther north or different parts of the country? It's possible.
Whether or not that's part of a longer term trend, we'll just have to see as we get more data, more evidence.
And in recent years, that evidence seemingly won't leave the upper Midwest alone.
Confirmed tornado now. Law enforcement has confirmed a tornado is down right now. This is an incredibly dangerous storm. And we can't stress that enough. There's 4,800 people inside of that.
They blew the sirens multiple times, but when you're from Oklahoma, usually it's not the first thing to do to jump run to the cellar for most of us. Wind picked up, power went off, and then it just seemed like a bomb exploded in the house. The windows started blowing out. I did the best that I could. I grabbed a mattress out of a guest bedroom we have, and I threw it over all of us in the hallway. I'm 50 years old. I've lived here all my life. Never seen devastation like this.
Unfortunately, scenes like these are somewhat common in Tornado Alley, but as the climate shifts storms east, more people are finding themselves in the path.
See how these trees are just snapped above the ground? And then when I came out here, the debris was like right up here. I never looked north. They said at this point, it was 600 yards wide.
And this storm just took the perfect trek, and when it did, it come right to us.
How's the response been from the town that you ever met?
Man, people's kindness knows no bounds when tragedy strikes, and this has been amazing. The response, almost too much. We're still processing.
It's not like the movies, but somewhere east of where we used to look, a kid is hearing a tornado siren for the first time. His parents are too. He's not watching Twister, he's living it. Maybe fear will spark a fascination.
I grew up on the East Coast, so it was Hurricane Camille, Hurricane Ginger, Hurricane Agnes. I decided then and there I wanted to spend my life doing this type of work, doing what I could to help keep people informed and to help keep them safe.
Maybe he'll want to understand the unknown.
It was when I was 2 to 3 years old. I was always looking up at the clouds. This kid's always looking up at the clouds.
And maybe 20 years from now, he'll be writing the watch.
I now get to have some part in the decision process of who the next generation of scientists are that we bring to SBC and the contributions they're going to make long after I retire. That is special.